What's up, you guys? Welcome back to From the Shelves. I'm Jamie, and today we're looking at NECA's AVP Elder Predator from Series 17. Now, I know a lot of people have been really excited for this, including me, and NECA has finally delivered. He comes in this nice blister card packaging we're used to seeing from the rest of the AVP line. Now, for the Elder himself, he looks very reminiscent of what we saw from the previous Predators before him. From Series 14, 15, the AVP line in general. The exception of this guy, his head sculpt is what we saw on the Clan Leader. The armor and paint is very reminiscent of the earlier AVP Predators. But he comes in this nice new red cloth cape and a new removable biomask, which has some copper tones to it. Looks really nice. I'm excited to finally get this guy open. So without further ado, let's get him open and check him out. NECA's AVP Elder Predator from Series 17. Now, like I said in the intro, very, very similar to the earlier versions in the AVP line from the armor and sculpt, with a few new modifications and designs. And as always, we will start with the sculpt first. Now, as you guys can see, the head looks a little bit different. That's because it is the sculpt of the earlier Clan Leader we saw earlier this year, or even end of 2016. NECA only has about 4 or 5 head sculpts they use as reuses for the most part, and this is one of their brand new ones. I think the Clan Leader was kind of getting it ready for the release of this, and it's a great design. I absolutely love it, with the heavy, thick mandibles in the front, and that clamshelled, recessed mouth, and some more heavy, recessed eyes. Gives it that a little bit bulkier head. Looks a little more sinister, an older Predator. A very, very nice design. You get the blooded insignia up at the top, with some nice ridges we saw in the Scar Predator as well. I love that they went back to this for this design, because it's nice to kind of distinguish him from the rest of the Predators in his clan. Now, for the dreads, we get kind of long dreads, what we're used to seeing in this line, and little by little, you're seeing NECA separate these dreads. I don't know if they're new sculpts or new plugins they're doing, but we used to just get these things in bunches, and kind of just a few clustered here, a few clustered there. Now they're kind of separating, and we're getting individual dreads one by one, which is really nice. Very pliable and nice. And for the cape, now, I was really, really worried about this, to tell you the truth, when I found out they were going to actually give him a real cloth cape as opposed to molded plastic. Usually, most of the time, that doesn't turn out really well. But NECA nailed this. It's like almost like a type of a spandex, or it's not necessarily like a cheap cloth. It says it can give and stretch a little bit. And it's really nice. If you guys are familiar with any of Mezco's 112 collective, it's kind of that type of material they tend to use on this. It's really nice material, and I'm glad they incorporated it into a figure for this price point. Coming up in here, we can see where that cape connects a little. It's actually plastic molded. There's no real steel in here, but it looks pretty secure. It's pretty tight. It's not going to give anywhere, and you tuck it right under there. It usually tends to stay into place. Nice design. I love where it curls up on top of here. Very nice work from NECA on that. Now, coming into the shoulder pads, we get the removable shoulder, I shouldn't say removable, just pliable shoulder pads of that soft plastic we saw from NECA in the other AVP line. Nice, doesn't really hinder any movement when moving them. Down to the body and the torso, we get that traditional Scar Celtic chopper torso plate. There goes one of the blades that we're all used to. And then we get these new trophy skulls. That's cool. We get a human skull right here. Some more, I guess, aliens or animals he's hunted over the years. Thrown up on here with some nice beads. Really nice rubbery plastic, so it also doesn't hinder anything. And for the rest of the body, it's the exact reuse of Scar or any of the other AVP Predators you saw in this series. So if you know what, if you've had any of those, you know exactly what you're walking into. And for the gauntlets, we get the traditional AVP gauntlet with the wrist computer that opens up. No writing this time, like we saw in the AVP, or Ultimate Jungle Hunter. But we get that moved up. We get some nice caresses and ridges and nice recesses down into the edge of that which is also nice. And coming over here to his bladed gauntlet, mine just fell out in the video. They're extremely, extremely loose. They've already fallen out like 3 or 4 times since I've gotten them out of this package. It only comes with these small blades, which is kind of a shame. I wish they would have incorporated the long ones. But, I mean, what can you do? Like I said, for the price point you're getting at these, you can't complain too much. And coming down into here, we get the groin cover that's more soft plastic, exactly reuse of what we saw on other Predators. But we get both sides of these as well. And the shin guards, more reuses as well. And to the feet, we don't get actually those kind of clawed daggers over to the toes that we saw in Scar, Chopper, and Celtic, which is kind of a shame. I kind of wish they would have incorporated those in there. But we get those feet risers and the Predator quote-unquote shoes that we're used to seeing from the rest of this line too. And through the back, we get that chainmail that I wish they would have incorporated in the torso, but we just get that for right now, which is also still nice. And then for his mask, we get, which looks to be a complete new resculpt, but after further inspection, it looks like it is a reuse, the top part at least, of the temple guard. You can see over here what they did with the same thing. The only thing different is they cut it out right here at the mouth and then added some new sculpted in leather straps with a weight on the front of it. It's a nice design, but I wish they kind of just would have gone all out and gave us something new. We get some more jewelry and skulls at the bottom. It's a nice soft rubber, so it does give a little bit. You don't have to worry about breaking it. Some more down there. Besides a few new sculpts on here in the mandible cutout, it is actually a reuse. I was surprised to see that. But all in all, a very nice design for the Elder, and I'm glad they finally decided to release him. You can see right here, here's him with it on. It's kind of a tight fit. Doesn't kind of secure all the way, but it's better than some stuff we've gotten in the past. And coming in for paint. For the most part, this is an exact reuse of what we saw with the exception of the mask and some dreads. You can see with the mask, we get a great copper tone on here. It looks like there's not even really any serious dry brushing besides some silver on the sides. But we get some really cool Predator tribal lettering all through the top of the mask, which is really nice. Some more blooded insignia on the top. We get some silver thrown into here for like the little weight by his where his nose would be, and for the eyes. We get some more black dry brushing on the top. Nothing crazy on this guy. It's pretty much matte tones, and we get a nice skull shading over here for the jewelry on the bottom. Now for the dreads, this is really cool. I'm glad they incorporated this into there. I didn't think they were going to. We get kind of a turquoise-esque color all through the bottom of these dreads, and it starts with the black up top, so it's a nice fade all through here with some copper and gold tones with some silver hints in here for the dread beads. I love the color they use for this. It's pretty spot on to the movie and a really nice addition. And for the rest of this, it's mostly the exact reuse we saw on Scar. This is literally, they just threw Scar's body on here, took that centerpiece out, and gave him a new head sculpt. But we get some white dry brushing up in his eye area to signify he's older. I guess because in the movie he had more whiskers coming out of here. Looked like they didn't go that route. They kind of just painted it on. It's really light and really faded. But I guess it works for what it needs to with this. I kind of would like them to see them went in there with some more stuff, but what can you do? And then for the rest of it, we get a nice gunmetal or steel look with some heavy black dry brushing throughout the rest of the figure. Some black wash throughout the rest of the figure with some almost rust wash as well, and some silver dry brushing all throughout this. We get a heavier gunmetal tone down in his covers and leg gauntlets. But For the most part, you guys, I'm sure, are very familiar with the look of this and the paint design. So there's not much that has changed to this. The cloth fabric is really nice as well. It's a nice bright red, makes this figure pop. But nothing too crazy that's going on for the paint aspect. And coming in for articulation, this is the AVP body styles, so they're pretty well articulated. Up here at the top of the head, we get a nice full ball joint. A little stiff on mine, but nothing a little hot water and some movement can't fix. Coming down here, we get a nice ball joint with a torso or a bicep rotation. Double pegs at the elbow. As you can see here, we get a nice little ball joint at the arm or the wrist. These are extremely loose on mine. They popped right out. I don't know if you guys will have the same problem, but be very wary. Coming into the torso, we get a nice torso rotation as well. We can rotate at the hip. We get ball joints at the waist. Double pegs at the knee with a huge knee bend there. We get full rotation in the ankle. They're also on ball joints. And like I said, this is very loose. This one pops pretty easy too. So be careful, be wary. You might have to use the old super glue trick to kind of pack that up a little bit before reattaching. But your basic AVP articulation, if you guys have had one, yet again, you'll feel right at home and know what you're walking into with this. And coming in for accessories. Now, kind of a letdown with this guy. I thought maybe he'd pack more in. We get his combi stick right here, and that's it, besides the mask. The mask and the combi stick. Now, you guys saw the mask. It's a nice little addition. For the most part, reuses. The combi stick's pretty cool. We get these outer blades for what that kind of shot out on the sides from the movie. This is the fully extended one. We get some kind of new jewelry aspects on here. A nice silver tone with some almost like a peach copper brushing throughout the middle and to the stands. We get a nice little skull on this, but nothing too crazy. I wish it would have came with more. We get this, the mask, and the blades that tend to keep falling out. So accessory-wise, he's very limited. So not much to boast about in that category. Overall, this is still a very nice Predator. If you guys are familiar with the AVP line, he is a must-have if you have any of the others. Especially if you have Scar, Chopper, and Celtic already. You have to round out this series and at least pick this guy up from Series 17. I wish he would have came with some more stuff. I wish they would have added some more things for him, considering he is the Elder. Some more knickknacks and specialty treatments, not just all reuses for the most part. Because the only real new thing on this Predator is, I think, some trophy skulls and the new red cape. Paint, also kind of a letdown for the most part. He looks great, but nothing really new. I know from the movies, they all look very similar, but just something extra to make this figure pop, in my opinion, would have really put it over the edge. But, I guess, all in all, a very nice figure. I still would highly recommend it, and all in all, this Elder Predator gets a solid B. So remember, guys, if you like what you saw, hit that like button, comment, subscribe. I love talking to you guys. And remember, keep on collecting.